Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wellbeing Wednesday. It's the 4th of October. Wow, how did that happen? This year is racing by, but we're here to talk matters of the heart. Very happy for you to join us live. If you're watching the recording, thank you for joining us. And on behalf of the People's Health Alliance, let's get this Wellbeing Wednesday started. Good morning, Helen. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone here, and good morning to everybody that is watching on Catch Up. I'm going to invite you to join me in a meditation. So if you could sit yourselves comfortably, lie down if that's what you wish to do, although if you are doing this in the morning, there's a chance you might just drift back off into slumber. So do get yourself comfortable, shuffle those butt cheeks and things to just settle yourself in. And I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable, or soften your gaze. And just allow yourself to take 3 deep, full breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, or if that's good for you. And as you inhale, just acknowledge the air and the nutrients and nourishment that brings, and the life force and the energy of the air. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to relax and drop, your short forehead to just unfurl and relax. And then normalize your breathing, bringing your attention to what your senses are offering you through sound, the sounds of your environment, the sounds of my environment, any aromas or scents that are out there that you can become aware of, any tastes upon your tongue or your lips or in your mouth as you breathe, any fluctuations of light as the sun may flicker, or your score, other light fluctuations. And your skin, how you feel, the feel of your environment. Just taking a moment to be aware of what your senses are offering to you. And also the transient nature of each of those. Nothing remains the same. The sounds alter. The feel alters. Tastes, sights, smells come and go. I'm aware of the solid support beneath you, whether that be upon your buttock cheeks, on your back, on your feet, all the places where your physical body connects with something solid, and the support that is offered there, ultimately supported by the earth. It's bringing your awareness to where you are right here, right now. How you feel, any recurring thoughts, allowing the thoughts to pass. If there are any recurring and you get lost in them, just bring yourself back to your breath. Is it a continuous one? Acknowledge it. Let the thoughts know that you will attend to them later. But right here, right now, you are taking a moment to breathe, to be. Wherever you are in your day, just become aware of your day thus far. From the moment you became conscious that you were awake to now. It may be a few moments, maybe a few hours. The things that are your first conversations, whether they were with yourself or with someone else. And allowing whatever has happened thus far this day to go. to acknowledge its energy in bringing you to this moment. Taking a moment to acknowledge your body, what's going on in your body, from your feet, each individual toe, the balls and arches of your feet, tops of your feet, your ankles, moving up through the body, through your shins, your calves, your knees, your thighs. Just becoming aware of your body, your pelvic area, your buttocks, your lower back, lower abdomen, your midriff, mid-back, your chest, upper back, your shoulders and down your arms, your biceps, your triceps, your elbows, your forearms, your hands, your fingers, your fingertips, your neck, your head, the back of your head, the top of your head, your face, your forehead, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your chin. And scanning the body internally, your organs. What's going on in your body? Your blood vessels, your muscular system, your skeletal system, circulatory, all of the various systems that operate within your body, that all create the wonder of you. Your organs, spleen, your pancreas, your reproductive organs, your brain, your lungs, lots of organs, skin that surrounds and houses you. Just bringing your attention to your body, to your sense of self in this moment, how you feel, how you're thinking. Just observe without judgment anything that you think that has come up for attention. Acknowledge that and allow, for this moment, just allow any communication from your body to be. Accept and can know that you'll come back to that at some point. I want you now to bring your focus and your attention and the air that you are breathing all to your heart, your physical heart. Can you feel it beating? Can you hear it beating? Letting you know that you are alive. Becoming aware of all of the research that you may have read or heard or seen about the heart, both as a physical organ and as that heart space. Attention to filling it with loving energy through the air that you breathe. Bringing your attention to your heart space and taking a moment to see what or who is there. With gentle curiosity and love. Sometimes visiting our heart space can activate emotions, joy, sorrow, loss, grief. We can feel tired or we can feel rejuvenated. We sometimes find our inner child in a corner, or sometimes dancing gleefully. Just become aware of what is in your heart space when you bring your attention to it, if anything at all. Just connecting with that aspect of self. I invite you to see a small flicker of a shimmer of light. Might be at the corner of your heart eye. It might be very easy to see. But a shimmer of light is within your heart space. And I invite you to bring your attention to that shimmer of light and allow that shimmer of light, whatever colour that may be for you, to expand, to caress that light, that heart space, to illuminate all that is there, all of its brilliance, but focusing upon the light, expanding that light to fill your heart space, to nurture, to nourish, to do a bit of an autumnal spring clean, if that's possible. Getting rid of any dust that might be there, any debris that might need clearing out, allowing the light to gently caress, nourish, nurture, and move, and to illuminate. To see that light embracing your heart, not only as it illuminates and nourishes, but allowing it to embrace that space and to embrace the organ of the heart. Allow that light to filter through. And if there's any communication from your heart, thank it, allow it, and allow it to pass. You can return. Seeing that light emanating from your heart space through your lungs, down your spine, your nervous system, your circulatory system, filling your entire being with love, nourishment, nurturing energy, down to the tips of your toes and the tips of your fingers and the top of your head, completely filled with loving heart light. Allowing yourself to be filled, to be nourished, to be nurtured by your heart, not only through the blood, but through its energetic abilities. If you're finding it difficult to fill your body with this light, with this love, however big your light may be, focus upon that, set your intention upon that. Accept exactly where you are in this moment, at this time, with an intention of love to your heart and to the rest of your being. Through your skin, filling your energetic auric field, cleansing, nurturing, and nourishing as you expand this beautiful heart light energy as far as you can go into your room, into your garden, your home, across the land, across the waters, deep into the earth, high into the universe. See your loving light energy coming out of you with each breath, emanating out around and returning to you in your breath. An abundance of loving light energy expanding and contracting, nourishing and nurturing you and the planet. Bringing it in and out allowing this loving energy of the heart to caress your mind, your body, all of you, your spirit, your soul. Gently caressing you as a breeze caresses your skin and your cheeks. Breathing in and out. Allowing this light, when it comes back to you now, to stay within you or keep it expanded. It is abundant. It is eternal in its supply. There is not any lack. It is completely abundant for you to share or for you to keep. Sometimes we need to nourish ourselves and keep ourselves intact before we offer what we have to others and to the planet, knowing that it is abundant and it is yours for you to do with as you wish. No rules, no vows, no restraints, honoring all that your heart offers to you, sharing what you wish, holding what is needed. Its abundance and its beauty. Breathing in and out. Now bringing your attention, allowing that light to be whatever you desire it to be, whether it continues to emanate out or to just stay inside and nourish and nurture and comfort the self. You are the navigator of you. Make your choices for your highest good. Bringing your attention to all of the places now where your body connects with a solid surface. Your feet, your buttocks, your back, ultimately connected to the earth. Connected to the higher sources within the universe. Connected and whole. Bringing your attention to what your senses offer you through your set sense of smell, touch, sound, sight, taste. And anything else that may be offered right now through your higher self communication of your third eye, through your body's communication. Becoming fully aware of you here now, breathing. I invite you to take 3 deep, full breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. With each breath bringing you back to full consciousness of this time, this place, rejuvenated, regenerated, filled with loving heart, light energy, nourishing and nurturing all of you. And in your own time, in your own space, bring yourself fully back into full consciousness of here and open your eyes, twiddle your fingers and toes, shuffle and shimmy if you need, stretch if you need, and be here now. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Helen. That was wonderful. Oh, lovely voice you have. I now have to rouse myself back.
That depends on what I'm saying, to be fair, Kerry.
Listen to that every day. Every day.
Just in with that in mind, June, and Helen should be able to answer this question for me. Is there an optimum time to meditate of the day?
I would say no, whenever you feel the need. I think first thing in the morning is good to set your intentions for the day. I think last thing at night to process your day. If you use it as a processing tool, because you can do different types of meditation. So I would suggest no. There probably is by people that are gurus and experts and whatever they wish to call themselves. But I think because you can meditate at any time. You know, there's this idea of sitting there with mudras in your hands and, you know, in certain positions, etc. But meditation is anything that takes you to you ultimately, and to your higher self, and to the universe and to the earth. So that's I would say no, but in the morning and at night.
Thank you. Which is
What are
great
you
because now
doing? What do
now
you
you're
think?
recorded, so people can tap in whenever they want, can't they?
Yeah. Would you say there is I think there are people that, you know, there are obviously depending on your teachings, on where you have learnt your meditation, would look at them. I'm talking, so people that are watching this on catch up can't see that around me there's people doing cheers with cups and things, PHA cups at that. But I don't know. There probably are teachings that would say at a certain time, but I think you can meditate anytime, any place, anywhere, because you literally can just drop into your breath. And it's just such a wonderful tool for all sorts of health issues as well. And when you need to center yourself, that's mini meditations. When you need to bring yourself into yourself and just take that moment, drop your head, take that breath, bring in your energy, be consciously, it's about your intention, consciously bring in that energy, acknowledging whatever is going on, you know, whether it's angsty or lovely. If you need to take a moment to just, and always trying to make your exhale longer than your inhale to bring you back to a point of calm. I do it regularly, not that people would notice that I actually do center myself and calm myself occasionally.
Thank you so much. Wise words, as always. And now, the wonderful, amazing, beautiful June Tranmer. Good morning, June.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm not feeling so amazing this morning, but I feel so much better connected after that. I felt all of our lights going out and joining up. That's what I felt. I felt there was this like overlap, like the Wi-Fi. How you get all these layers of energy from everybody. That's really something to remember, I think. And especially from the heart. Thank you so much for focusing on that, because yeah, it's a physical organ, but it's also a chakra, it's also a meridian, a heart meridian. If you want to just stroke from your armpit down over your elbow. Wait a minute, get myself in the camera here. Down over your elbow and head towards your little finger and end up on the inside of your little finger. That's where it goes. And that's just so soothing. Not that we need any soothing after that meditation, but that's also a thing that you can do. And also something I wanted to share. If you're feeling any congestion in your heart area, a self-care thing from acupuncture is, I mean, you could do it to somebody else, but you're unlikely to get much encouragement if you rush to a scene where someone's having a heart attack and say, just let me bite your little finger. That's, people are going to be going, what, get away. So I would use it on myself if I have, and it's good for any indigestion, you know, any congestion or indigestion or constraint or digestive crampiness in the upper part of the lower rib cage, the upper digestive system. Take your little finger and turn it on its side, and then place your fang tooth, your incisor, right in next to that edge of the fingernail, right there, and bite it. quite firmly, and it'll hurt a little bit, but it will definitely relieve congestion in the chest. So anybody else, you can tell them to do it for themselves. I would do it on both sides, not just the left. The heart is on the left-ish of the body, but I would do it on both sides. So that's my little tip from Chinese medicine today. I also want to show a little clip because people have recently started producing this information. Now, I think it's absolutely fascinating. The heart is not the pump that we have always believed it to be. It is a chamber with 4 sections where the blood pumps through and goes to different places in the body, but it's actually the blood vessels that do the pumping. Our blood vessels are muscles also. So I'm just going to share this article that is right here. And I'm going to just increase the size and move it. Here, there's a lot of links on here. So hopefully when you're watching it, you will see the parts that you want, and you can collect the links and use the links. So modern analysis of the heart has shown that in spite of the fact that the most powerful ventricle of the heart can shoot water 6 feet into the air, clearly they must have done this as an experiment with someone's donated heart after death. The amount of pressure actually needed to force the blood through the entire length of the body's blood vessels would have to be able to lift a 100-pound weight 1 mile high. So how does the blood move around the labyrinth-like vessels? It moves of its own accord. Blood flow is not simply a stream like we once thought. It is in fact composed of 2 streams spiraling around each other, much like the image of a DNA double helix, at the center of which is a vacuum. Blood flow through living vessels is much more like a tornado than anything else. And such a vacuum is necessary for producing a vortex. Now, this brings us back to the study of water and the vortex that waters need. The waters need. The old-fashioned term for water was the waters. If you listen to Veda Austin, and all of her interviews, she's talking about that. Water does not like to be forced into a straight line. It needs a vortex. It needs to move and swerve and go through curves to keep its natural vitality. So the spiral dance is not only found in the bloodstream, but also in the blood itself. Blood cells, in fact, spin on their own individual axes of rotation. This just blows my mind. They are smaller spinning cells in a larger spinning vortex. And there you go. If your mind is not blown yet, let's go back to the heart. The heart itself has recently been discovered not to be just a mass of muscle, but rather a heliocoidal myocardial band. I need to talk to Dr. Malik about this, that has spiraled in upon itself, creating its unique shape and its separate chambers. This is called the helical heart, and you can see doctors unravel it by searching helical heart on YouTube. Pair this with discoveries that the heart functions as an endocrine gland, has its own nervous system that makes and releases its own neurotransmitters, and emits an electromagnetic field that is far stronger than the brain's, and we begin to move from the idea that the heart is simply a mechanical pump. It's a spiraling organ of perception. Which brings me round to the point that I learned when I was studying acupuncture for childbirth and the beginnings of life. that it actually has the node that creates the heartbeat is present even before the heart exists in the womb. When the baby is starting to be formed, the heartbeat starts first. And I think that's just phenomenal. It's called the sinoatrial node. And that's just, yeah. So this is Dr. Gil Headley. And I'm just going to show it. It's 4 minutes long. Just show him unraveling.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear it? No. Okay. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. Just watch the pictures because he's showing you the heart being unraveled, which is mind-boggling. What he's showing is what this is the heart. It's like that. Here he's bringing in a heart. The right ventricle and the left ventricle. So he's about to open it up and unfold it. So you can watch this yourself on YouTube. He's showing where the pulmonary artery comes out and how in his right hand he's got the right ventricle, left hand left ventricle, and he's unwinding it. It's like a conch shell. Look at it. Now he's inside the heart in the middle. The left ventricle that's the inside of it. Now unraveling the right side. Yeah, and there's the right ventricle. It's like a vortex turned in on itself. Binding it up just like he did with the towel. So there you go. So I do urge you to go and have a look at that and the other links that are on that page that I showed you. There's a few links there into medical research papers there on that list there. So do have a look, and there's the Unraveling the Heart link to what you've just seen. So yeah, that's the heart. Now, the last thing I want to do is just mention quickly about castor oil, because we've been discussing that. We've been experimenting with it, and it's not really to do with the heart, but I just wanted to fling this in here because it can be good for the heart. We have been in receipt of a lovely list that I checked with our wonderful friend Harry, and it is indeed a genuine Ayurvedic thing. So that's nice to know. And it's about the navel and how the blood vessels go from inside the navel where we were attached to our mother in the womb. And there are still ways that we can influence the rest of the body by putting things into our navel. So what they have been doing for thousands of years in Ayurvedic medicine is putting oils, and also they're putting alcohol into for if a baby has a temperature, just swab the navel with alcohol. But even with oil, it's even better. So they're suggesting different kinds of oil for different kinds of things, which you can see as I'm scrolling through. So there's a variety of different ones there. Neem, almond, mustard, olive oil. And you can put alcohol in again for a cold or a flu or things like that. Digestive disturbances. I didn't know about this with my kids, so I've never tried this. So if anybody has used this, I'd love to know. Menstrual cramps, period pains, sesame oil for joints, mustard oil and ginger oil for upset stomach, bloating, nausea, and digestive problems. Warm ghee for blood flow, enhances the immune system, cures constipation, and builds a strong digestive system. Thyme oil, antispasmodic, helps the blood vessels, lowers the blood pressure and stress on the heart, and may also help strengthen and tone those heart muscles. Also removes excess water and salt and toxins. So you have to be very careful if you're using thyme. You need to dilute it. You can't just put thyme oil in your belly button by itself. It's way too strong. Now, here's the only place they mention knee pain. They mention castor oil. Now, what I have had is information from other people, from what's fondly called in medical circles, oh no, what do they call it that makes it sound like it's not evidence-based medicine? However, Dr. Ahmad Malik pointed out in his chat with Nikita. Yes, thank you, Kath. Anecdotal information is actually part of evidence-based medicine, but he didn't say that as such. But he said in evidence-based medicine, you need three things. You need the peer-reviewed evidence from science. You need the physician's own experience and knowledge, and you need the patient's own experience and knowledge of themselves. And those the second two have been sidelined, and doctors and physicians are meant to just follow protocols these days because they're based on evidence-based research. Well, that's cutting off two hands, really. Well, you've only got two, but one hand maybe. Three legs. I don't know, one leg. Anyhow, castor oil is not only good for knee pain. That's what I'm trying to say. Put just a few drops of castor oil in your navel and spread it around, just around the edge of it, about 1.5 inches. And it really has marvelous effects. I've noticed it. I've only been using it for a couple of weeks. It strengthened my hair and made it smoother. Some people put it straight on their hair. But I think we don't need to keep sharing that. I'll take that down now. It helps joints. Actually, my shoulder is now pretty much free of any of the clicking and cracking that it was doing. It stopped hurting, but it was still clunking, and it's pretty much gone. My digestive system has smoothed out and settled, and it just feels just lovely. And I've recommended it for a lot of people. Our local health food store is getting overwhelmed, but you can also buy it online. There's a lovely place in Hull, which is just near us, so that feels local. And it's called Castor Vida, and I will put that in the chat, castorvida.co.uk, and they sell organic, and you should get organic and in glass bottles as well. And dark glass, because it doesn't want to be in the light. I have got a whole other document that talks about castor oil, but we won't go into that. And I grabbed that off the internet, so you can find more information that people have posted on their websites and so on. And yes, you can do compresses. You can detox the liver, and a lot of people are doing that. It's a naturopathic way of using it. That put some oil on these compresses and wear them in bed at night. Now you'd need some clothing that is going to not mind getting oil on it, and hopefully it doesn't have so much it leaks onto the bed, because that's not nice. But that really helps to detox. And again, a proviso with detoxing: be careful if you're feeling particularly tired or low in energy. Don't start attempting major detoxes. It's really important to have your energy supported, and maybe do this under the guidance of a physician, a health professional, especially maybe a naturopath. Okay, somebody said 48 hours in the chat. That's a long time, but yeah, maybe you could do that if you feel inclined. Okay, so that I'll draw that to a close, because we're getting close to the time. Thank you.
June, may I ask, are there side effects we need to look out for with castor oil?
Very good question. Thank you. Yeah, I did have somebody have a reaction. One of my patients who has been on rather a lot of medication over a number of years, and she had a very sore leg. Now, there are reasons why I think she's got the sore leg that might be to do with toxins in her system. And I advised her to massage it on her leg, and she got a very irritated skin reaction on both her hand and her leg. And I think that's partly because the first thing I thought was because she uses a Diprobase kind of cream, because she's got eczema and asthma as well. So I think that they reacted. I mean, the methodology of those kind of eczema creams is to close down the skin and push the problem inside, which is why people with eczema often end up with asthma, because the damp and the irritation on the skin goes further inside and irritates the lungs. So that it's counterproductive. The castor oil is trying to pull the toxins out. So I think that's what happened. So be very careful if you're taking medication or using other creams on your skin. Yeah. That's the only
Makes
thing I've
total
noticed
sense.
so far.
And you almost want them to progress with using the castor oil if it's going to pull everything out. There's that scary interim type. Yeah, period.
Exactly. You do not want somebody covered with a horrible rash and going through a healing crisis, as it's called in homeopathy. I mean, I think that would be a case for doing it under care of a health professional of some kind. So I've advised her to stop for now, but we will discuss this more.
That's
Yes.
brilliant. Thank you so much. As
Okay.
always, a powerhouse of knowledge.
I gather it.
And
I just gather it. I can't help it.
I can gather it, I just can't retain it. So I will put, I think you shared the links in our group. So when I share the recording, I'll put the links back in there so people can find, rather than having to screenshot or pause the screen. But thank you again, June, as always. And now I think we're going to the beautiful Maureen. Good morning, Maureen. So lovely to have you with us again. How are you?
Good morning. Oh, June, you are the gift that keeps on giving. That was beyond fascinating. The heart. Ugh. Wow. And also the castor, and a really great tip, because I would never think I've got moisturizer on. Let's wash it off before I put something on. What a brilliant, valuable tip. So thank you for that. So yeah, the heart. So I'm looking at from the emotional side, our heart can be affected. We know, I work with people in raw bereavement, and we know that when people have suffered a big loss, they often are at risk of heart challenges, heart attacks. And so we really want to have this whole holistic understanding of how we can help our bodies and minds be the best they can. And when, as a therapist, I'm working with people, and it might be on stress and anxiety, how often the heart is connected. So we can work with the mind on a metaphor and symbolic basis. The unconscious mind understands. So if I say, I've got a theme in my life that I'm always being picked on by bullies, if I was to talk about that, that would be, you know, a few volumes of a story. But what I can say to my mind is, if that theme of my life was a coloured shape, what coloured shape would it be? And it's whatever the mind gives us. There's no right or wrong. It's all right, because that's what the mind gives us. And it could be, and often we have the colours black and red appearing in clients. It's often a black, sharp shape in the heart. So whereabouts is in the body. So different problems can manifest in our imagination in different ways. So I might have a client that has a spiky ball in the back of the brain, or on the shoulder. It can be lots of different things, but most commonly is a shape in the heart. And that can be anything. So that could be my anxiety. So I'm aware that I've got anxiety or stress or trembles or whatever it might be. And often just nice and simply asking the question, if that was a shape, a coloured shape, where in your mind and body might that be? And often it goes into, it's in the heart. And then we work with various modalities. One of my favorites is EFT, because people can learn how to use that for themselves to cope with life whenever they need it. So what I want you to do is just think right now. And what we do is we use the tapping technique, or whichever technique, and then we go back and how is that shape doing now? So it can go from a big, black, heavy square in the heart, and it can change shape. It can reduce inside. It can become a circle. It can become a ball. It can become a melon, or a whatever it might be, a grape, a pea. So often we've had peas in the heart. And it makes it really interesting when we're actually changing our emotional system. So what I want you to do now, when we have heartache, it really hurts. It's horrible. It can take, and I know I've had it myself too many times in life, but that's life, where it can affect us in terms of, I don't want to eat. I feel bad. I feel tired. I feel sick. I have headaches. I have pains through my body. My arthritis has flared up. My rheumatism has flared up. So there really can be a very significant relation between heartache and what's happening in the whole body. And so let's just, for now, I want you to just think, and your unconscious mind will do this. Now, of course, with Wellbeing Wednesday, what we are intending is for everyone to have the most wonderful Wednesday, and every day as well. And so what I want you to do, I want you to think about any unresolved emotion. Don't even have to go specific. We can keep it beautifully vague. Any unresolved emotion that your mind knows is in that whole system of yours, your beautiful, wonderful system. And I just want you to put it into a coloured box and just give that coloured box a colour, whatever colour it might be. It can be a strong, solid colour, or it could even be wrapping paper. You know, I've had in the past beautiful imaginations. It's a box with wrapping paper with planes on. It's like fabulous. So whatever it is, it's right for you. Okay, and we're just going to put it into a box. That's all it is. So just have an awareness of that box, the size of that box, and maybe if it's in the body or outside of the body, if it has a colour, if it has a wrapping paper, just have an awareness of it. And then we're just going to tap on that box. So I'm going to imagine my box, let's say. Mine is a red and shining box. And in my mind, it's about this big. So it's about this big, and it has very sharp razor-like edges. That's what my imagination's. So in my words, it's just going to be the red box. So you focus on your box and just allow and set the intention that any unresolved emotions, it's safe for you to let go of them now. Okay. What we do is we just simply tap. You've probably seen us tapping before. And we can tap for so many different aspects of our well-being, emotional and physical. So we can just start with, even though I have this red box, my red box, I am okay. Even though I have this red box, I love and approve of me. Even though I have this red box, and there are reasons for me having this red box, I love and approve of me anyway. And then we tap at the beginning of an eyebrow, left or right side of the hair, of the face, of the nose, it doesn't matter. My red box, side of the eye, this red box, under the eye, my red box, under the nose, this red box. And we're just gently tapping under the lip on the chin, my red box, this red box. Now, under the collarbone, where it's fleshy, or as I like to call it, the Tarzan point, but we only know it because we did it in modern history. So the Tarzan point, this red box, and then under the arm, where the bra strap might be, my red box. And then just take a big deep breath in. And the beauty about the EFT method, you can break off, you can have a giggle, it really doesn't matter. The tapping is working on the body's acupressure system. So now just return to that box. What's happening with that box? What's it doing? Is it the same? So it'll either be the same or it'll have changed, or in some cases it can simply go. So mine now is smaller, and it's got rounded edges, and like a sweet. So it's just brought a memory of the sweet, and I can't remember what they were called. They were like little cubes, but they had curved corners on them. They were sweet and all different colors. No idea what they were called. So mine's now a smoothed box, but that's too much for me to, so I'm just going to say it's smaller now. So even though I still have my box, so you tap on whatever your box is doing, even though I still have my box, for some reason, I'm holding on to it and I'm okay. So even though it's smaller now, but for some reason I'm holding on to it, I love and approve of me anyway. Even though it's smaller now, but I am holding on to it, I love and approve of me anyway. It's smaller now and I'm holding on to it. All the reasons I'm holding on to it, all the reasons I'm holding on to it, I wonder what would happen if I let it go now. I wonder who I would be. I wonder what the risk would be if I let it go now. This smaller red box. I wonder what would happen if I let go of it now. I wonder if it's safe for me to let go, or do I need to hold on to it? Take a deep breath. Because sometimes we are resistant to letting go of stuff, especially anger, especially when we've been hurt by people, or if we've been insulted by people, or if it's been a repetitive bad behavior from people, it can be difficult. But if we're holding on to it, it's preventing us having peace and joy. So just go back to your box now, and where is it now? Mine's gone, it's gone a bit smaller, still there, and it's now a pinky colour. So just going to do the last round now. So even though it's still there, but I'm happy for it to go, I choose to have peace and joy instead. And I totally accept it is still there for some reason, and that I'll let it go when the time is right, and I'll allow it to go on its own. And I totally love and approve of me, whatever I do. So even though it is still there, I love and approve of me anyway. It's still there, but it can go with my blessing. I don't even need to be aware of it. It can go now or later. I choose to have peace and joy instead. I'm in charge of me. And maybe I choose to have peace and joy as well. And let go. That's my choice. And it can go on its own when it's ready, or it can go now. I win either way. And I will have peace and joy flow through me as much as is possible in my life. Take a nice deep breath in. And there you go. So anything that we have that's bothering us emotionally, anxiety, racing mind, we could just nice and gently tap. And if we have racing minds, the more we can do it and slow the pace, the quicker we'll actually find ourselves calming down. So happy tapping, and I hope you have the most wonderful Wellbeing Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. Again, thank you for the EFT and the reminder of how we can help ourselves. And I was also thinking when you were saying about letting go of emotion, the one thing that stayed with me and I find brilliant is your metaphorical way of cutting the strings. And often when I don't want a thought, I think, no, cut that. And we've got that we can, people can find on our previous recording, so they can go to YouTube channel where we have the playlist. And so much information there from all of you fantastic ladies. So
on the cutting of the cord, I was working with a little boy some months ago, and he turned it into a lasso. So he was being bullied by these other naughty boys, and so in his mind, he got to the place where the boys would try to lasso him and pull him into trouble, and he was cutting the cord to that lasso around his body. Forgot about that.
Incredible. That's so good. I loved it because we could really visualize it, especially when you had all the matted string wool as well. That was brilliant. Okay, anybody ready to move their bodies? If you need to go, that's absolutely fine. You can come back and use the recording at any time. But we've often talked about raising the heart anyway, lots of the exercises we've done before. So this morning I thought we'd take us through, oh, that's not good, June, yawning already. Take us through a quick workout. It's 9 minutes in exercise total with a quick warm up and cool down. The exercises are a heart raiser because we do want to strengthen the heart, but if you find that your heart is racing, you're working too hard, just slow everything down. I will give options. And as always, if it's your first time of exercising, please seek some professional guidance before you start, and especially if you have any heart issues that are current. Okay, let's go. And the one thing I always think about now is what the beautiful Robin gets us doing to warm us up, gather the chi, energize us before we start. I love this move. Can anyone see me okay? Great. Hopefully you can see my feet. When we come down on the floor, I'll move the camera. Okay, let's just move side to side. The little toe tap. Nice and gently. Just let the arms do what they do naturally. They'll just swing. When you're ready, just take one foot behind the other. Just opening up the hips. You do every move is for about 8 to 10 reps, same amount of seconds. We're not going completely mad. Okay, take the foot across the body this time. Again, allowing the arms just to swing. Be mindful that we are cross-crawling. Thank you for the guidance for June. Often takes us through a cross-crawl. You can find that on recordings too. Do a couple more, and then we're going to reach across the body this way. So the arm that goes across the body, that side, the heel will lift. My words ran the wrong way this morning. If you find this too much, keep the arms low. When you get a little bit warmer, you can raise the arms a bit higher. A couple more higher still if you can. Then we're going to start raising the knees. Again, if you can't get the knee too high, just tap the toes. So you're still bending at the knees, but you're not making the move too big. When you're ready, just lift the knees a bit higher. You can take the arms again across the body. And if you want to, take the knees across the body as well, incorporating that fantastic cross crawl. If you want to, when you're ready, just take the arms up and over the body. You should start to feel your heart increasing now. Starting to get a little bit breathless, but not too much. We'll do 4 more of these. And then we're going to try and kick the bottom. So your foot will just lift behind. Again, just go back to tapping if it's too much. Allow the arms just to gently push back. The more you do, the more warmed up your muscles are, the more likely you are to be able to hit your bottom. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Let's do 4 more. And we're going to come to a nice stop. Feel your heart, all your breath has increased. You just push your bottom back into a little squat. Make sure you can still wiggle your toes. You're trying to sit on the floor behind you, allowing the knees to stay behind the toes. Chest stays up. When you're ready, if you want to swing the arms down and come up and stretch. This is a lovely heart-raising move. Great for a warm-up. If we can, we'll do 10. I think that's 3. This might well be enough for you without going into the next segment. In the morning, nice little stretch through. Let's do 1 more. And take the feet wide. The toes are slightly turned out this time because we want to activate the inner thighs. So just again, down into a little squat. Doesn't have to be too low. Keeping the chest up, shoulders back. Make sure the knees follow the direction of the toes. Don't let them fall in. Let's do 4 more. We've got 2 more warm-up exercises to do. Okay, the first one. Just take one leg behind the other and bend the knees. This is a little curtsy squat. We've got 4 quad muscles down the front, sides of the legs. We want to activate them all. 2 more. And then we're just going to circle the arms. If it's too much, just circle the shoulders and let the arms relax. We're going to do 4 one way, 4 the other. If you're able to, make the circles bigger. The bigger the circles, the more you're raising your heart. So if it's too much, just lower the arms. Okay, are we ready? I'm going to set the timer. We have 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. Rest when you need to. Bring the level down or up depending on how you feel. We've got some sprints or jogging or walking on the spot. Let's go. So you can go fast. Keep it slow. Tap. Whatever you're feeling. Backwards and forwards. Just keep safe. Keep going if you can. We've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. We've got 10 seconds rest. 10 seconds might be too much for you. Start again if you want to. Otherwise, we've got 3, 2, take the feet wide. You go as fast as you can again. Take it down if you want to. This one, you can feel yourself shake. Think of Robin teaching us the shaking dog. All these wonderful ladies, everything they teach us comes back to us. 3, 2, relax. Just take it down. I'm going to do that 1 more time on the spot. 3, 2, let's go. Okay, if you want a challenge, take the legs wide and then bring them in. And keep repeating. And bring it. Well done. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Fantastic, well done. We've got a few seconds more, and then we've got some high knees. Your high knees, you can keep it low impact, without the arms, with the arms, high, or really get them up. Okay, when you're ready, let's go. Again, you could just keep it static. Don't forget. Right, let's go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and relax. Can you feel your heart raise? Are you a little bit breathless? That's great, you're making your heart strong. 3, 2, let's go again. I'm breathless. Can you talk? If you have some music, can you sing along? 3, 2, and relax. Okay, this last set, we're going to take the legs behind. So keep it low if you want to, in 3, 2, otherwise, we're running. Don't forget, this is low. Just keep moving if you can. Take it to a step. Otherwise, Maureen's running around the room. Hello, Maureen. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. I'm glad you're staying with me. I can only see you, so that's great. I can see somebody. Yay! We can see you. Well done. We have got jumping jacks. Don't forget, there is a low option. As always, she's off and running. Going to start the timer. Let's go. Okay, you're right around. So try and land with soft knees. It's not a really big squat. It's just a soft knee bend. If you're doing these, if you're doing the low impact, then you can go a bit lower. If having the arms up is too much, 3, 2, relax. If having your arms above your head is too much, do it without. Okay, 3, 2, let's start again. Maureen's jumping around the room, I wish you could see her. If you do, you are confident and you do want to, you can change. Do not do it on a wooden floor with socks on, like I just did. And relax. So busy nearly falling over, I forgot the time. Okay, 3, 2, this is our last set. Let's go. If you can, keep it on the spot if you want to. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done, fantastic job. So you'll notice that each set is only 3, it's 1.5 minutes for 3 sets. Well done. Okay, this next one, I know, I feel your pain. This one is plyo lunges. Don't do this unless you've done it before. So your lunge position, bent knees, you're going to jump and change feet. Now that's an advanced option. Your other option is just to step it behind with little bent knees. It's not a massive lunge. Or just switch the feet. Okay, like spotty dog, just switch the feet. So you've got 3 options. You can mix and match. Don't do the jump lunge unless you're experienced at doing that. When you're ready, let's go. If you're doing this, just land softly. I haven't got any trainers on or anything, so try not to slip. Oh. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Nice use of arms there, Maureen. Keep moving. Don't suddenly stop. 3, 2, let's go. Try and switch feet if you haven't done this. Take a break whenever you need to, Just don't suddenly stop. If you need to, and you need to stop, just squeeze your toes and your fingers so the blood is still going around the body and giving you oxygen. And relax. Well done. We have one more set of those. If you want, you can do a couple and mix it up. 3, 2, let's go. Three, two, one, and relaxed. Well done. We've only got one more round, and this is, oh no, we've got 2 more rounds. One is on the floor. Well done. Take a rest if you want to. It's going to just move this. So this is what we call a plank jack, or jack plank. So in your plank position, and I will give you another option, on your hands, you're going to take the feet in and out. Can you see that? Can you see that, Maureen? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I go this way. You're going out and in, or you can jump it. So your option in your plank position, make sure your shoulders above your hand. In that position, your legs can step in and out, or they can jump in and out. If you don't want to get on the floor, stay up for another round of high knees. Okay, let's go. Three, two, one, and relax. 10 seconds. Hold a plank if you need to. On your hands or your forearms is another option. 3, 2, let's go. Three, two, one, and relax. I apologise for my posture. I'm looking at the clock and you. Try and get a nice flat back, not arched. 3, 2, last set. Last 10 seconds. And relax. Well done. Hopefully your heart is racing like mine and you're out of breath. Stand up when you're ready. Nice and slowly. Bring your head up last. And just keep moving the feet. Even if you're here, lifting your toes, just keep moving. You can hear in my voice, I've worked hard. Well done. Fantastic job. So, with a cool down, primarily we're bringing the heart rate down without suddenly stopping. And then it's a little bit of stretching, just as a maintenance stretch. It's not a developmental stretch. So when you're ready, bring the feet to a slower move. Just sway and bring the toes up. While we're doing this, we can take the arms wide. We haven't used all our muscle groups, but let's go through as if we have. Slightly pushing back and then turn the palms so they face backwards. Because we're moving the arms, we can now keep the feet still. So just relax. Gentle stretches. Just take one arm across the body, or you can give yourselves a big hug, whichever you find most comfortable. If your arms across the body, don't grab hold of the joints, either above or below. And then when you're ready, just change sides. So changing arms or changing hugs. Pull your fingers round. You might feel a little bit of cracking, that's normal. And take some big breaths, bring the heart rate down. When you're ready, release a little bit of a shake. You can grab hold of one leg. If you need to hold on to keep safe, that's fine. If you can't grab hold of your foot, just grab the bottom of your trousers. The other way to stretch out the front of the leg is take a step back, bend the knees, and then push the hips forward. You'll get the same feeling here without having to wobble all over the place. You hold that for about 6 to 8 seconds, and then when you're ready, just change sides. If you're here, bring the knees together first, and then push the hips forward, keeping the foot there to have that stretch. This one, I think, is a little bit easier to gain that stretch. Ease off when you're ready. Just bring the feet to a narrow position, toes are forward, and you're going to get your bottom in the air. Now, there's a lot of people that can't touch their toes. One of the reasons being is they try and do it from here. It's never going to happen. You need to get your bottom up and hinge from the hips. And then look where you go, straight down. It's so dependent on technique. If you can, and hold on if you need to, come up onto your toes, bend the knees, bottom in the air, then lower the heels. And you're in that lovely hitched position to get your hands down to the floor. If you find any of this uncomfortable, just stay with the knees. You're trying to get a hamstring stretch, so as long as you're achieving that, when you're ready, bring the toes of one foot up. The stretch will now change to the calf muscles all the way down to the bottom. In this position, if you want to push back on the thighs, not the knees, take the elbows back, push the chest forward. That increases the stretch slightly. Ease off that foot, bring the toes of the other foot up. When you're ready, relax. Take the feet a little bit wider. You're going to flop forward or just reach forward gently. And then you're going to make a big circle all the way around if you can. You're reaching rather than swinging. You can just use your shoulders. You don't have to use your arms if there's any shoulders issues. One way, then you're going to hold at the bottom. And then the other way, all the way around. When you get back to the bottom, just relax, take a deep breath. On the out breath, reach forwards, nice and slowly. Big stretch, your head comes up last. Reach tall. And when you're upright, you're just going to take a big circle one way. And the other way, if you can. Take the shoulders back, give your arms a shake. You're done. Well done. Thank you so much for joining in. And hopefully your heart rate will be back to normal. You can unmute yourselves and talk to me. Well done, everyone. That woke you up.
I consider myself woke and knackered.
Absolutely brilliant.
Flapped around the chops. Yeah, it was so funny. I was laughing my head off Maureen going across the camera and then going.
The spotty dogs.
Brilliant.
Well, that was brilliant.
Might get us a laugh over here, that's for sure.
Guys, I have to
Oh,
go
okay.
to a meeting.
Yes, I will say thank you very, very much for all of you beautiful ladies this morning. Thank you to Helen, June and Maureen. And on behalf of the People's Health Alliance, thank you for joining us for Wellbeing Wednesdays. Have a fantastic morning and hopefully see you next week. Goodbye.